welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys the technical analysis behind Amazon and what I see in this upcoming week. The potential plays that I see using this week's expiration is gonna be between 400 to 500% in profit margin returns. If you guys time it right, I promise you're going to make a lot of money, but you need to be able to understand the technicals behind it. Let's get right into it.
Here is Amazon. So what I'm expecting on a move this week is going to be this gap fill right here. Overall, what I'm actually expecting Amazon to do is fill this nice gap fill from this 3,400 range right here. Let me go ahead and draw that in, and I'm expecting it to move all the way to the 3,500 level. Now, here's a possible case that can happen if you're going to play Amazon calls. So pay close attention. Right here we have the volume building up, and one thing that I do notice on Amazon is that I do see a nice rising wedge, which also can indicate a fall, but because of the strong volume that I see, it looks like it's going to tap this 3386 range right here, and it's going to blast through and probably fill this huge gap fill right here. Now, key things we really have to pay attention to, and you know what, I'm actually going to use the rectangle pattern right here because just so I can show all of you that this gap fill is extremely crucial. Now, Amazon had a huge fall in this past couple weeks, and I actually ended up trying to scalp out Amazon above this price point right here on that first day. So I actually got into a calls position right above 3368, and it didn't end up going the way I expected it to go. I think I profited around like 20-30% on this play. And I got in as soon as I saw this break on the 15-minute chart. And I'm gonna actually explain to you guys exactly what I see on the smaller time frame. So right now we're focusing on the daily time frame, and we're focusing on the volume. So now we kind of see volume is starting to pick up. So we can see huge movement towards the upside on this volume indicator right here. And for anybody that is wondering, I do use volume and pattern breakouts with price action as my number one indication. I mean, as you guys can see, I'm not using much EMAs or view ops or anything like that. None of those indicators really mean much to me until I get on a smaller time frame. So what we really want to pay attention to is the breakout. If we can catch the breakout on this, we are going to make a lot of money, and we're going to be able to hold our positions with confidence. So the same thing that kind of happened right here, if you guys are paying attention, right here, I saw the nice break, and I actually ended up playing Amazon literally weeks before, and I saw this nice potential play above 35.25. This is during that super surge moment of Amazon, had that super huge movement, momentum towards the upside. I actually saw the volume pick up on this candle. If you guys can actually see that, I always pay attention to the previous candles before that actual green candle comes along, and I saw the volume picking up. So volume actually beat these previous past two red days, and I saw that it started surging, right? So as soon as I saw Amazon the next day open up above 35.25, I ended up opening up a calls position, going long on Amazon, and playing this huge movement towards the upside, cashing out over 180% in pure profits, you guys. So something to really pay attention to, especially when you're trading just price action, pattern breakouts, and certain key levels of support and resistance. So we did our analysis right here on the larger time frame, and we saw that the volume is starting to pick up on the daily time frame. Let's go ahead and look at the smaller time frame. So what do we see overall on the smaller time frames. So I really want to pay close attention to tomorrow on the smaller time frame, especially on the 15-minute chart. I want to see Amazon break number one key level, this 33.68. And the reason why I say that is because, again, volume needs to confirm on this day, okay? Amazon can easily open up during pre-market above this 33.68, which will give me a stronger indication that I want to play it above this level of 33.86. Now, you guys, let's go ahead and round that up to 33.90 because a lot of false breakouts happen around these levels, especially when it's trying to fill a gap. I've seen this move so many times, and I've seen it play out where people would get in on a certain breakout, especially if they see it closely filling a gap or about to fill a gap, and they just enter a position. And it's like a lot of times you want to wait for that break, even though it may surge and it starts coming up above that 3,400 level. Be patient, sit on your cash, wait until the second break, because sometimes what it'll do, manipulation at its finest, it'll break above this $3,400 level, and then it'll just come back down falling. So you got two options. If Amazon opens up in pre-market above this 33.68 level, we're going to look to play a bounce on the smaller time frame. So I'm going to use actually either the 15-minute or I'm going to use the 1 hour time frame, and we're going to see if we can play a nice little bounce play back to that nice support level that Amazon built. Now, there's two case scenarios that could go tomorrow pre-market and during market hours. So we can see Amazon opening up around down here around below 33.57, which would actually indicate a slight little fall. And my indication for a nice bounce play on Amazon is going to be this nice key level of support of 33.10. So we're going to focus on this 33.10. If it does open up below this closing resistance level, so if it opens up below 33.50, I'm going to look to play a bounce on Amazon at 33.10. And for a lot of you guys may ask, like, oh, why are you playing a bounce play when it could indicate as a downfall? Well, one thing we got to pay attention to, no matter what, we're playing on a smaller time frame, but on the larger time frame, you need to pay attention to this. Volume is starting to pick up. We have huge volume picking up right here, and this volume on this day can surge right past all these other volume days that were red days and slightly green days, which didn't really indicate much because it was a downfall, but it was a rising wedge, you guys. And that's one indication that Amazon was gonna fall and break below this. And if we actually see this as we played it, we would have actually caught this short right here. And I actually ended up catching this short. I didn't catch it for a big move because I was so bullish on Amazon. And again, that was one of the biggest mistakes I made because I could have really swung my position for 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 or 5 days and played a nice puts play on Amazon. So right here, we're going to focus on Amazon coming into tomorrow. There's a nice green hammer candle right here indicating that it is going to make a stronger move up. So it already had a huge fall, you guys. It's at the bottom of like it could be, honestly, especially with all the news coming out on Amazon. This is really going to be a strong play if we can get this break above 33.86. Again, let's round that up and put it to 33.90. We're going to see a strong play come through. Now, if you're going to play this position on Amazon, you need to make sure you wait for a nice 15-minute confirmation. Don't just rush and play Amazon above 33.90 and be like, okay, well, now I'm going to ball out. It's going to go to $3,500. Yes, Amazon can move significantly in a day. I've seen Amazon move $130, $140. Now, again, you guys sit on your cash, be patient. almost wait for the second break. If it breaks above 3,400, above that 3,400 level, you guys, it's going to surge and it's going to go crazy. So I might do this week's or next week's expiration. I'm going to stack a lot of money into this position. I'm going to put a lot of money on the line, and which when you put a lot of money on the line, that's high risk. So I feel confident in this play. I'm very bullish on Amazon. And I think we can see a big movement this week up to the 3,500 level, even up to 3,525. I'm going to scale out of my position around 3,500 because that is a whole number that is a level that can be majorly rejected at. And I can see a big rejection coming and then coming back up and going to new highs. Now, so that's going to be on Amazon, you guys. For Google, what I see on Google surged, made a huge movement. Using the Fibonacci retracement, I see Google heading up to over this key level right here of 28.90. Google is going to make a big move towards upside. This is another stock I'm going to be paying close attention to. Okay, very close attention. It broke this 100% range right here. We saw a slight rejection. So you guys, coming into Monday, pay close attention. Google can actually surge up to this 3,000 level. Yes, and I'm going to also take a pretty hefty position on it. Google is in a momentum uptrend run. You need to pay close attention to this when I tell you this. We are literally coming up with nice volume. The last volume that was on Google was on this day of August 20th, and look what happened. It literally just surged. We have a nice filled candle right here, okay? And a golden gulf candle, which also indicates what? An uptrend movement. So we need to pay close attention to this. Tomorrow, I'm going to be hawk eyes on Google because it already broke out of the previous highs, which was around 28.50. And now it's reached this Fibonacci level of 100%, which will get rejected at, okay? But once it gets rejected, we look for the nice little bounce play that we can play, and boom, we play it all the way up to that 3,000 level. Now, knowing me, I like to be conservative. I like to take my profits a little bit before those major key levels, because a lot of times what happens is stocks and manipulation of the market, stocks like this, it can reach a level of 29.80, 29.90, and then just completely reject and just fall. So my profit take will be around $2,900. Now again, you guys, it's at 28.80. At 28 or 29.80, that's a $100 move on Google. We will expect between a 3 to 400% return on this play. Okay, so depending on which day it happens, we're gonna see huge amount of returns. So the two plays I'm focusing on is Amazon calls and Google calls. And we actually, if we see this retracement, let me go ahead and build it out for you guys. Let me see. The Fibonacci retracement. So I took the highs of the last high that it made after it played earnings, okay? It's going to reach this 100% level at the $3,400 mark, okay? It's going to reject. We find and play the bounce. Play the bounce, buying the dip. You need to buy the dip. Then we are going to surge all the way up, and it is predicted to hit around 35.15, okay, and then reject and possibly come back up, test the new highs at 3,700 level. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen next week, but I believe this move above 3,400 on Amazon is going to happen next week or coming into this following week.
All right, everyone, if you liked the video, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it with everybody. I want to be able to help each and every single one of you guys succeed in the stock market. I want you guys to understand the technicals of what I see behind this upcoming week on this watch list. See you guys in the next video.